Well, global equities have snapped a 3-day losing streak, increasing over the past 24 hours, particularly out of the US and also out of Europe. But there isn't really any major reasons why we've seen equities lift, as there hasn't been a major amount of economic data out, other than the fact that equities have been relatively soft over the past few days, as well as over the past 5 weeks. In fact, US equities have declined each of the last 5 weeks, and so perhaps they might have just overcooked things just slightly. So we've seen equities lift, and this has also seen the New Zealand dollar lift slightly. And on Wednesday morning, we are trading higher at 82.20 against the US dollar. Well, the Australian dollar has actually declined over the past 24 hours, particularly late on Tuesday afternoon, after the Reserve Bank of Australia's announcement on their overnight cash rate. They left the cash rate unchanged at 4.75%. And for those of you interested in interest rate markets, the overnight cash rate in Australia is effectively the same as our official cash rate here in New Zealand. But the two differences in cash rates gives a pretty good indication of how those two economies are doing at the moment. In Australia, they're dealing with an overnight cash rate of 4.75% versus us here in New Zealand at 2.5%. This gives a good indication that their economy has been steaming along pretty nicely relative to us here in New Zealand. However, the Reserve Bank statement yesterday did throw up a few red flags, as they were a bit more subdued on their economic outlook. And this has really got the market questioning what things will be coming up down the track. So the Aussie dollar has declined, and this has also seen the Kiwi dollar lift slightly against the Aussie over the past 24 hours. However, the Kiwi remains very, very weak, and our Kiwi dollars just don't go quite as far as what they used to on Aussie soils. Well, New Zealand lamb schedule prices continue to look very, very strong. And once again, it does come back to the soft supplies that we've been seeing coming through the international market, as well as the local market here in New Zealand. However, this won't be a surprise to farmers, given we are at the low point of the season. However, what will be a bit of a surprise to farmers will be the high prices we have been getting. In fact, prices are well over $7, and in some cases, they're up to $7.50 per kilo. But what will the outlook for lamb prices be? I'm picking that in the short to medium term. We will continue to see the very strong prices that we have been seeing over the past season. However, farmers should be taking advantage of the high prices, because over the longer term, I wouldn't be surprised to see supplies on the international market really come back on board, and this could have an impact on the market, but also an impact on prices.